Whether you're a complete beginner or you've had a break from training and you're looking to get back into it, this one's for you. By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly where you're starting from, exactly what you're going to be training for, and how to pick a program that's right for you that's going to get you there. No guesswork. Because the reason that most people never even get started, or they get started and they fall off within the first few weeks, is that nobody actually gave them this clear framework of what to do in the first place. And without this, they end up wasting months or years feeling lost, getting no progress, or simply not even training at all, instead of actually moving towards that goal of having a healthy and strong body. Before we get started, there's one crucial step that I see that's skipped more than anything else. And it's the main reason that so many people run into injuries and problems so quickly. I see tons of people going all guns blazing into whatever program that they found online, maybe a program that their friend gave them. They see someone looking real jacked on TikTok, they follow the shredded protocol, and within about 3-4 weeks, they can't even walk without pain. So the thing that most people skip, and something that I do with every single client, is an assessment. What can you currently do? What causes you pain? What is your range of motion like? Because if you go to do a bodyweight squat and you get pain in your knee, there's probably no point grabbing an Olympic barbell, loading it up with plates, and then just going ham on some back squats. Because we need to find you something that isn't going to cause the knee so much pain. It's going to require less load on the quads, something that we can build up over time. If you're feeling like you haven't the slightest idea in how you would be able to do this self-assessment, that's all good. I have linked a document down below. All you need to do is open it up and then just follow the list of the exercises that I've got there, and you'll be able to kind of rate yourself and see where you're at. And once we've done that, you're then in a position of clarity. We know where we are, which means we can then start to figure out where we want to go. So, we know where we are, but here is the next problem. Most people don't have a clear picture of where they're even going. When you have no idea what your goal is, or you have a goal but it's a little bit sketchy and cloudy, it's really hard to make any sort of progress when it comes to your training. But that's cool because you're not alone. When I meet clients for the first time, I generally have to pry their goals out of them with a crowbar. Someone will sit down with me and tell me that they want to get fitter. Okay, what does fitter look like to you? Stronger. Okay, what does strength look like to you? Generally, after about 5 or 10 minutes of back and forth, I end up finding that, the person wants to get out of pain, or maybe they want to get their first pull-up. And that's awesome. That's where we want to get to, having a clear goal. Having a clear goal is like your guiding North Star. When it's clear, every decision you make in your life is easier to align with that goal. There's a study that comes out of Dominican University where they found that people who set clear goals and revisit them often are more than twice as likely to achieve those goals. If you're revisiting your goals often, you've got this constant reminder of what you actually want. Without them, you'll get knocked off course really easy whenever the moment comes that something's a little bit too hard or difficult. So we're not going to dive super deep into goals today because I'm going to make another video about it, but just have that in your head. You need a clear place that you're going to. Great, we know where we are. We know where we want to go. But this is where most people fall off because they're missing the final piece. I see highly motivated people trying to get where they want to go, but they're using the wrong maps. These maps that they might have found on social media or their friend could have given them, even a map that they might have just drawn out themselves. And even then, having the best map in the world, if it isn't to the destination that you want to go, what's the point? You're going to put in all this effort and you're just going to be lost and frustrated at the end of it. So this is where our program comes in. A map, but not just any program. One that is specific to your goals and is actually going to be worth the time that you put into it. Because there's no use constantly busting your ass doing HIIT workout after HIIT workout and sweating when all you want to do is just get out of pain and feel a little bit stronger. If that is your goal, to build a strong and healthy body that will sustain you through the battle of daily life, I've actually linked down to a beginner-friendly program down below. We don't need very much equipment at all with this. It's going to be focusing on the foundational compound movements, the things that help us to stay strong and mobile in our daily lives. So on paper, we are ready to go. We have assessed our bodies. We have figured out what our goals are, where we're going, and then we have the program that's going to get us there. But none of this matters if we can't make it stick. There are lots of different ways that people can start training and then they can fall off, but all of them, I think, revolve around their mindset. A lot of people expect way too many results in such a short period of time, and when they don't get those results, they give up. They try something else without being persistent. Other people will miss a session or two, and as soon as they do that, they just get in their head, negative self-talk, and then they just stop training altogether. And then we have the people that are constantly comparing themselves to that older version. So I'm talking about someone in their 40s comparing themselves to someone in their 20s. I have a client like it, and he often will talk about, I used to be able to lift this much, I used to be able to do this much. And I tell him, dude, we are doing so much more than we were 2 weeks ago. And so we need to remove the ego from this and just be okay with being a beginner again. We are all in a different place in our lives, and we right now all are just trying to get better. And that's what you need to focus on. But in my opinion, the most important mindset shift is to think long term, play the long game. This isn't a 12-week program. This is the rest of your life. Movement needs to become part of your everyday life, like showering or brushing your teeth. You wouldn't brush your teeth for 12 weeks and get to the end of it and say, yay, I'm done, and then stop doing that. That would be really strange and really gross. So why would you do that with your physical body and your training? It just doesn't make sense. The sooner we can shift our mindset from something that we have to do to something that we just do, the easier all of it becomes. It becomes automatic. So ask yourself honestly, what can you actually sustain over the long term? Do you absolutely hate HIIT classes? Have you been going to yoga for the last 5 years and you're bored out of your brain and your low back still hurts? You need to find something that you enjoy. There's lots of different ways we can move our body that is actually fun and enjoyable. So you need to find something that works for you, something that you are okay with rocking up week after week, month after month. Because in the long term, if you can put in that consistent practice, that is when the changes are going to occur for you to have this strong and healthy body that can support you through life. Amazing. So if you'd like to go deeper into that self-assessment more than just that document I've given you, I've actually filmed a video here. Inside, we've got a bunch of different movements, all that are going to correlate to most strength training programs. It'll be a good test of your strength, your range of motion, your mobility. And once you complete this, you'll know where you're at. So then you know where you can go.